Ms. Janet Ang.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, most of us would have experienced staying home to wait for a package to be delivered, and it can be frustrating. Deliveries mostly happen during work hours, so customers often miss the delivery window, then worry that their packages aren't safe. And with the increasing volume of e-commerce transactions, which is projected to reach US $2.9 billion in 2021, according to Statista, the urban logistics of getting the packages to the intended recipients is going to grow in complexity and very likely so in cost and carbon emission. I recall that back in 2017, when I was still with IBM, the IBM Garage worked with the Singapore startup Fresh Turf to study the issues from the first mile to last mile logistics and to explore technology solutions like blockchain to design the concept of federated locker networks and to create a secure way of making these lockers available to any delivery company wishing to use them. While this prototype never got commercialized, Fresh Turf co-founder Kevin Lim did share that they learned much from the prototyping and went on to develop solutions targeted for specific logistics problems. Well, we have come a long way since 2017, and COVID-19 has accelerated e-commerce even further. Hence, the amendment to the Postal Services Act is very timely. Here are my thoughts on the 3 key points in the amendment. The nationwide parcel locker network will transform Singapore's last-mile delivery infrastructure. And the good part is that IMDA has implemented pilots in collaboration with e-commerce and logistic industry players in 2 HDB estates, and the study has shown benefits for both consumers and industry players and a potential of a sustainable delivery ecosystem. This is, in my opinion, an excellent example of public infrastructure that will ensure that all Singaporeans will be served, as IMDA's subsidiary, PIC, will install the locker networks in HDB estates, community centres and MRT stations. And these will complement the commercial locker networks in commercial malls and office buildings. My second point, the PIC lockers will be accessible by all e-commerce and logistics service providers, and in so doing facilitate competitive pricing and continued innovation of business models, services, regulation and technology adoption. And point number 3, there will be a wholesale access to SingPost letterbox infrastructure for non-letters for small parcels under regulated terms and conditions. This will serve to level the playing field for delivery service providers as far as small parcels are concerned. In my view, another tick mark for this amendment. Now, in speaking with the Singapore Chamber of E-Commerce, we have identified several areas which will still need continued adjustments. Some of its observations include: 1. Many first and last mile operators are not doing well in terms of managing cost. The wholesale pricing of SingPost and the price of the PIC lockers can potentially help the operators on the cost side. And we certainly hope that IMDA and the government will help facilitate that. 2. Visibility of track and trace data of the packages for the consumers, coupled with the easy access for self-collection at lockers conveniently located near the consumers, will enhance end-user experience. Better user experience will increase the value consumers will be willing to pay for the service. So my question is, how will IMDA ensure that PIC support the smaller SME delivery operators to embrace digitalization and improve productivity and thereby reduce costs? Point number 3. Logistics is a business driven by scale. We anticipate consolidation in the industry or the development of integrated services hub for urban logistics. How does the logistics industry transformation map shape these developments? 4. Security is of increasing importance, and as my Honourable other members of Parliament have mentioned ahead of me, how will PIC and SingPost and IMDA handle the security checks of packages to ensure that there is no mischief? How will the PIC platform ensure interoperability with commercial players? And how will this platform enable our operators to go beyond Singapore? Mr. Deputy Speaker, notwithstanding these questions, I support the amendment of the Postal Services Act.